السلام عليكم. يلا نشوف الصراحه بقول تريد حياك الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين الأولين والآخرين، وأصلي وأسلم وأبارك على نبينا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا ما علمتنا وزدنا علما. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يستمع القول فيتبع أحسنه. So we're going to talk about the sects here of the deviant sects basically. We started here, we said their belief, there's 12 imams, we said Ithna Ashariya, the Shia al-Imamiyya, this is the first sect we have started with, and we have mentioned a few things about them, their imams, and of course the imams from Ahlul Bayt, who are highly respected, some are Sahaba, 3 of them Sahaba, and about 6 of them are known for righteousness and knowledge, both, and leadership. And a couple of them, 2 of them, they have the honored lineage, which is from the offspring of our Prophet ﷺ. And the last one, which is called al-Mahdi, Muhammad Mahdi, the son of Hassan al-Askari. This one does not even exist, we said. He said he went to the cave when he was 4 to 8 years old, Allah knows best, and so on. We have mentioned also about Abdullah ibn Saba, where he came from, and who is he, and all this stuff. Then we mentioned also, they believe in that the Imam will be signed from the previous Imam, or the oldest son, and so on. Then we talked about the Asma, which is the infallible, and we talked about the Ilm al-Ladunni, which is each Imam, look at this here, this negates everything, all the belief of the Quran and the Sunnah. Said each Imam has a knowledge left behind for him to share it with his own people, with the people in his time. So it was not, Prophet ﷺ did not deliver it. And also the miracles they do has to have miracles. We talked about Raj'a, and now Bada'a, right? And we talked today, we're going to talk about something big, which is At-Taqiyyah. At-Taqiyyah. The Taqiyya, they said there's an ayah in the Quran, Surah Al-Imran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mentioned there. He said, لا يتخذ الكافرين المؤمنين أولياء لا يتخذ المؤمنون الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين ومن يفعل ذلك فليس من الله في شيء إلا أن تتقوا منهم تقاه ويحذركم الله نفسه. This ayah, he said, the mu'minin should not take the kafirin as allies, all right, beside the mu'mineen. The mu'mineen should not take the kafirin as allies beside the mu'mineen, and whoever does that, he has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing to do with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, basically against the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except if you have tuqya. Tuqya originally, which is meant in this ayah, it's okay sometimes to say things different, to lie basically. So imagine someone comes to you, he's looking to tell you he have a gun in his hand, right? Imagine, and he tell you, do you like this guy? So no, I don't like him. You're allowed to say that. Don't I like him, so you can lie with the situation, otherwise you're gonna get killed. This kind of tuqya, which is hiding your feeling or your belief in a way, in something like in this way, so it's okay for this case. But within the tuqya is totally different. The tuqya, first of all, one of the foundation of the deen, one of the foundation of their deen, one thing. Beyond, because you could use the tuqya or taqiyya for necessity. So to save your life, you're allowed to do so. But the taqiyya they have, they way above and beyond. First of all, they have divided taqiyya between wajib, mandatory, between recommended, mustahab, disliked, or allowed, or haram. So they have 5 categories of taqiyya. So mandatory, recommended, mustahab, disliked, allowed, mubah, or muharram. And they said 90% of our deen, this is based upon taqiyya, their deen. And they said it's more important, it is more important than the salah. Imagine. And they said the one who does not have taqiyya has no deen. So they said, this is the deen of my father and my forefathers. And he said, you have to maintain the taqiyya till the Mahdi comes out. So we continue with the taqiyya. And by the way, the reason, Allah knows best of course, according to some people of knowledge, they said the reason for this madhab, the Shia, the Imamiyya, to maintain, to stay, is because of the taqiyya. Because they are able to deceive many people. Because they said, okay, do you believe this? They said, yeah, of course. But deep down, they don't believe. They believe the Quran? Yeah, we do. Do you curse Aisha? No. Do you curse Sahaba? No. They say Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu sometimes. But their books are, they believe totally different. So what maintained this madhab, or this deen, is the taqiyya. طيب. There's another big thing in their belief. Look at this here. Remember the book we said there's a book equivalent. There's a book equivalent to Sahih Bukhari. What they call it? Al-Kafi. طيب. This they said Al-Kafi يعدل البخاري عند الشيعة. The Kafi equivalent to Bukhari. Look at this here. The Kafi, when it comes to Quran, it was mentioned in page 57. That they said Ja'far al-Sadiq have said, we have Mus'haf called Mus'haf Fatima's Mus'haf. Said, what Mus'haf, what Fatima's Mus'haf? They said, like your Quran. But he said, Wallahi, Fatima's Mus'haf does not have one letter from your Quran. And their scholars, they have divided to 2 groups. One group said clearly, they said, your Mus'haf is corrupted, and Mus'haf Fatima is the correct Mus'haf, and the Mahdi has it, when he bring it out when he comes out. The other group, scholars, they said like a little more moderate, they said, no, this is not a Quran. Mus'haf Fatima is not a Quran. Said kutub, suhuf, papers, documents, but has some ghaib, unseen in news. And she was informed with this, with these rules and ahkam and so on from the Prophet ﷺ and the angel who had revealed to her. So she get revelation, and Rasul ﷺ gave her something only for her, and it's hidden. And this contradicts our deen, because Allah said again, the ayah, today our deen is perfect and complete. So they said, remember. And sometimes they bring some ayat, corrupted ayat, they change the meaning of the ayah. For example, Allah said in the Quran, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. You are the best ummah was ever brought to mankind. What do they say? كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أَئِمَّةٍ. You are the best imams ever brought to mankind. So they added Hamza. Said ummah, says a'imma. So this is the, and back in the days nobody noticed, because they was not like each country, they made their own corruption. Iraq, Iran, whatever the group of the Shia, they have corrupted the Quran the way they want. But nowadays they collected everything, they have all the corruption in one book. All right? طيب. And this is tell you one thing. This belief take any person outside the fold of Islam automatically. There's some stuff, could be major sin, something, but the moment they think this way, it's over. So remember the Quran in the Kafi, edition 1278. So the book of the Kafi, that the Ja'far Sadiq said, we have Fatima's Mus'haf. They said, what Fatima's Mus'haf? He said, like your Quran, but wallahi, there's not even one single letter in Fatima's Mus'haf similar to your Mus'haf. Remember that. So the book of the Kafi. Someone discussed that. If anyone believes that, fine. So tell them that's what the guys believe. Okay, the other thing, the other corrupt belief, which is the mut'a marriage. Zawaj al-mut'a. To marry someone, this is a corrupted belief, of course, just remember this is wrong. And mut'a never was mentioned in the Quran. No such a thing. The only thing they say, there's ayah in the Quran, Allah said, فَمَسْتَمْتَعْتُمْ بِهِ مِنْهُنَّ فَأَتُوهُنَّ أُجُورَهُنَّ فَرِيضًا. After Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you remember the order of the ayat in Surah An-Nisa, Allah said in the Quran, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ أُمَّهَاتُكُمْ بَنَاتُكُمْ عَمَّاتُكُمْ خَالَاتُكُمْ وَبَنَاتُ الْأَخِ وَبَنَاتُ الْأُخْتِ, and all the way to the ayah. Then the next ayah said, وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ النِّسَاءِ إِلَّا مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ. So Allah counting who is haram to marry. So this goes with the order. So this is, they said, this is haram to marry, right? And add to it al-muhsanat. Then he said, this ayah, فَمَسْتَمْتَعْتُمْ. Stamta'tum meaning you enjoy. Mut'a. As Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the hadith, this world about temporary convenience. And the best temporary convenience, a righteous woman. To get married is nice. You enjoy your life. The wife and the husband, and with the children and everything. So here they call the mut'a enjoying, meaning they took this istamta'tum, they derive word mut'a, so you can marry someone for an hour, or 10 minutes, or in a month, or a week, and so on. Then write in the contract, okay, and they didn't have wali, a guardian, no witnesses, and the intention to finish the marriage within whatever the period they agreed upon. And the end of marriage, there is no need for divorce, because they already signed the document. This marriage will be ended in a week, or a day, or 2, or an hour, or 10 minutes. So whatever they decide. So this is, and they fight for it and so on. Imagine there's 5 essentials Islam have protected. Anyone remember those 5 essentials? Abayda? One of them, they were related to this one. Lineage, right? So lineage, if a woman married a guy for a week, then married another guy for a week, then another guy for, how are you going to know who's the father? That's why they say something called iddah, meaning after the woman get divorced, she have to stay 3 months without getting married. So we know who's the father. So here, mut'a could marry 10 guys in 2 days, in 1 day, whatever, no problem. There's no limit. young, old, and so on. So this is the things we have to be, this is what they believe. So the ayah, they took the ayah this way. And they said, so to be fair, 100%, the Sahaba came complained to Rasulullah about, they said, we worried about ourselves. So we need to commit. So he allowed this marriage, Rasulullah, for 2 days, and the 3rd day made it haram. Done. He said, this is not allowed. One time. So it was allowed in the Sunnah for a couple of days, then never allowed again. So he said, and this was in the 8th year after Hijrah. They said the year of the conquest of Mecca or the year of Hunayn and so on. This is, and he said, من كان عنده شيء من هذا فليدع. Whoever does that, stop immediately. And then they stop. And this is again contradict our way of taking care of ourselves when we want to get married and we cannot afford it. Rasulullah said, the youth one, you should get married if you have the means, if you're able to do so. And if you cannot, you should fast. This will be protection for you. So where's this one here? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the next ayah, what was the next ayah? The part of the ayah. So they said, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ مِنْكُمْ طَوْلًا ينكح المحصنات المؤمنات فمما ملكت أيمانكم. Then he said, the end of the ayah, وَلْيَسْتَعْفِفْ. What was يَسْتَعْفِفْ? Be careful, hold yourself, guard yourself, do not fall into haram. Otherwise, Allah would have said, وَلْيَسْتَمْتَعْ. Let him enjoy himself. Instead, like fasting or يَسْتَعْفِفْ. You understand? So here the ayah so shows all this defeat what they say about the mut'ah marriage. So this is another corrupted belief. So 3 of them. Taqiyya, now.
What was the name? I know we didn't call it mut'ah in the 2 or 3 days. There's a different name for it. What was that name?
I forgot what they call.
You said there was a hadith about 2 days being allowed for mut'ah, but it wasn't called mut'ah. It was called something else, wasn't it?
I would never say 2 days allowed.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3 days.
I would never, yeah. So it was allowed for 3 days, which is the 3rd days he made it haram. So basically 2 full days and the 3rd made it haram. You could say 3 days or 2 and the 3rd made it, Rasulullah made it haram.
What was the name of it? Was it called Mata in the time of Prophet?
It was called something else. I don't know if it was Mason or something else.
I forget if I said something different then, because this is the famous name mut'ah. If I said something probably I'm not thinking, or something I read different. So, طيب. Did we talk about raj'ah?
Yeah.
We did? What's the raj'ah? Yeah, please.
Basically, the best, according to the best of the mu'mineen will come back with the worst of people, and then they'll have an exact revenge. And they categorize the best of people being specific people from the dates, and then the worst being a lot of the Sahaba. And
Yeah, very good. Right. And also there's the raj'ah, there's one more thing added to it, I think I skipped that part. They said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala toward the end of the time, we said of course some people, they will come out, the Mahdi will come, but the raj'ah of the Mahdi, there's a raj'ah for the others, and the raj'ah for the Mahdi. They said they come every day at Maghrib time by the cave's door, by the cave there, waiting for him, and they said, oh Mahdi, come out, and so on. And they said to them, عَجَّلَ اللَّهُ فَرَجَهُ. May Allah expedite his coming, or something. So this one they said even عَيْن جِين in Arabic, عَجَّلَ اللَّهُ فَرَجَهُ. So, and they asked him to come out, and of course he's not going to come out. And they delayed till the next day, and then he said, when he come back, he will fill the land of justice after it was filled up with injustice. And again, he will revenge against whoever was opposed the Shia throughout the history. So, and all the Imamiyya, which is the Ithnay Ashariyya, they believe this. All right? So they said some they believe some they will come back, and the others they do not come back. So, now the other thing they call al-bara'ah. Al-bara'ah mean usually innocent, or I have nothing to do with that person. I'm bari'un minkum. That means I have nothing to do with this, with you. In this case, that's what does that mean? I have nothing to do with you. So basically they said, يَتَبَرَّؤُونَ, mean they have bara'ah from the 3 Khalifa, Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman. and they named them with the worst names, and they accused them with the worst characteristics, as they took the Khilafah by force from Ali radiallahu anhum. He said he has the right of the Khilafah. No one, of course, they always start with the curse of Abu Bakr and Umar. This is the top for them. So the best two, the worst for them. The best two in Islam, the worst for them. And subhanAllah, those, when you go to the Christian and the Jews and so on, they never curse like the disciples. They honor them. But look at these people. As we honor the Sahaba, and those people totally the opposite. And those the people, the moment, cursing the Sahaba, especially the two, they call them Shaykhain, the two Shaykh, Abu Bakr and Umar. You think about this, cursing the Sahaba or doubting the Sahaba radiallahu anhu, that means you are accusing Islam. Those are the ones who brought Islam to us. I mean, if you don't trust the Sahaba, that means you trust in Allah, because Prophet ﷺ, Allah chose them to be around Prophet ﷺ. And Ali radiallahu anhu said, I never seen Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam without Abu Bakr and Umar with him. Always Abu Bakr and Umar with him. That much, that close. And he got married to their daughters. And Uthman, he got married 2 daughters from her. So nothing makes sense. So it makes you say, Alhamdulillah, I'm not like this. It shows the guidance and the favor Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed upon us. But the thing is, that means there's disease in the hearts. Otherwise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لو علم فيهم خيرا, if Allah knows there's good in their hearts, then we'll guide them. But there's no good in their heart. Allah said, فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ. When they diverged away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah told him, just keep on going this way. And the Khilaf of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, as you know, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they said directly, and some scholars said indirectly, he assigned him as a Khalifa. He said, Muru Abu Bakr falyusalli fi nas. Ask Abu Bakr falyusalli fi nas. And he said, everyone, we compensated him in the dunya except Abu Bakr. Allah, the one who gonna reward Abu Bakr. He said, Abu Bakr, the only one will enter from all his name will be called from each single gate of Jannah. So Abu Bakr, they said, there's hadith, I think weak or sound, I forgot. They said, Wallahi ma wati al-ard ba'da al-anbiya khayru min Abu Bakr. Wallahi, they never walk on the face of this planet beside the prophets better than Abu Bakr. That's Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's one of the only one, they know, the only one. Remember, the only one. When he say the answer, they will not. When he was asked questions, they would not go to ask anyone else after him. Done. One time he had issues with Umar. Imagine the level of Abu Bakr. He had issue with Umar, and Abu Bakr was right. Abu Bakr was not the right one. So Abu Bakr even to apologize to him. So then Umar refused at the beginning. Then he decided to go accept his apologies, because he said, you did that too many times, I'm not going to do it this time. So then Umar realized he wouldn't accept his apology. So Abu Bakr went to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, I made mistake. Remember, he told him, I made mistake. And he went to apologize to Umar. Umar refused. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam got so upset. Then he went there, the Prophet Umar, he went to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell him, I'm going to accept his apology. Rasul did not even give him a chance to talk. He said, أَلَا تَرَكْتُمْ لِي صَاحِبِي. Don't you leave my companion alone? Can't you leave him alone? Can't you leave him alone? Well, Umar, his companion also, but he's sahibi. So his status is like there's no one was able to reach the status of Abu Bakr. So subhanAllah, that's one of the things. Basically, they talk about them and so on. So we're going to talk about also when they become, of course, when talking about them, this shows there's something wrong with Iman and so on. And some scholars, they said this reaches to kufr. And the other thing, they don't hesitate to accuse Aisha radiallahu anha, part their belief, with the worst thing in the world to a woman, which is adultery. And Allah have revealed ayat. She's innocent. Because she was accused, was a rumor for seconds, was a test for Prophet ﷺ, for Abu Bakr, and for her. And everyone will be tested, including the prophets. He said, why? Okay, this is the prophets get tested. Aisha is not better than Prophet radiallahu anha, and she get tested. And her test was basically a combination between her and her husband, the Prophet ﷺ, and her father, Abu Bakr. Huge test. And subhanAllah, they said they have no, they will not even hesitate to accuse her with that. One of the taqiyya they used said, no, we don't talk about Aisha. But go some people, they don't care. You go to those channels, there's a guy, his name, Kuwaiti guy, but they withdrew his citizenship. What's his name?
Yusuf something, right?
No, not Yusuf. I forgot his name. He goes there. This is, you cannot hear him. You cannot even listen. You cannot follow. Right away, you cannot close this. You cannot stand. This guy, he swore by Allah, that's Aisha in hellfire, dragged by her hair. Yeah. So this is their belief. No one from all the Shia around the world have went up and denied and said he's wrong. The best one out of them, the best of the worst, he said, we should respect the symbols of our Sunni brothers. They didn't say it's haram, they didn't say it's kufr, they didn't say the Quran says haram. This is the best out of those worst people. They said we should respect the symbols of our Sunni brothers, which is Aisha, one of those. SubhanAllah.